cool. All right, so first you're gonna have to get an LLC, of course. You have an LLC?
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I usually use Inkfile. Who do you use?
I think we use the same people. Yeah, file. Yeah.
All right, so Inkfile. I'm gonna tell you why I like using Inkfile. Inkfile, every LLC you make is gonna be all in order under your Inkfile personal account. So each LLC I make, if I need to pull up some documents, I boom, just go right to Inkfile. If I need to pull up documents for my fifth LLC, I can go straight to my same account and pull it up. It's super organized. If you want to learn how to do LLCs yourself, just go to LLC University. All right. So, yeah, and LLC University, that's free. So you're gonna be able to do your own LLC. Inkfile, it charge us $500. It depends on what state you're in. So,
Five
but
hundred dollars
yeah, in Texas it's expensive, bro. It's like $300.
in
Um,
Kentucky. Kentucky is $50.
that's crazy. I have a million LLCs if I was in Kentucky. But yeah, it'll be 300 if I did it by myself, but I can do it by myself. I did it multiple times before, but I like the organization of Inkfile. It's like they organize better than I can. So I'm gonna pay that extra 200 just to get that. So two, you already said you got your LLC. Do you have your EIN?
Yeah, I got my yeah. I got
Okay,
that.
EIN. I'm gonna still break this stuff down. So to get an EIN, you go to SOS, Secretary of State. So Secretary of State Texas, Secretary of State Florida, Secretary of State Cali. And I'm telling you this so you can know, so you can teach whoever else in case you don't know. So that's where you go. A EIN is like your social security number for your LLC. Whenever you apply for stuff, you're gonna use your EIN. If you apply for business credit card, stuff like that, you use your EIN. Dun and Bradstreet is where your business credit is gonna report to. That's like the main bureau for business credit. You got your Dun and
Yeah, I got
Brad.
that too.
All right, cool. So for the people that don't know, they're gonna go to dunandbradstreet.com and apply for that. And like I said, I already broke down what Dun and Bradstreet is. So first, you do have business credit, right?
I got business credit, but like I ain't really build it yet. So
Okay.
my score is probably like at a beginner level because I didn't even do the net 30s or none of that yet.
Right. So I'm gonna teach you how to get past the net 30s, and I'm gonna teach you how to use the net 30s for extra accounts. So what is a net 30? A net 30 basically is you having an account with one of these three, Granger, Uline, or Quill. These are who I use. Be careful with these net 30s because some businesses say they report, but they really don't. So these three are what I use, and I know they report it because it helped build my business credit. So that's what I'm gonna use for a fact. But back to what a net 30 is, say you have an account with Granger, you're gonna build that account, use your Dun and Bradstreet number. That's why you need your Dun and Bradstreet first. Use your EIN to put in this account that you have with Granger. When you buy something, they're gonna send you an invoice. 2 days later, you pay that invoice off, and that's when it reports to Dun and Bradstreet. But net 30 is a term for 30 days to pay this back. So they're going to give you an invoice. You have 30 days to pay it back. I say 2 days, pay it back in 2 days because it gives it time to report to the bureaus. All right. So you're going to make your Granger account, your Uline account, and your Quill account, and you're going to go ahead and consistently buy stuff on these every month. Mind you, the more you buy stuff on here, the more is reporting to your business Dun and Bradstreet number. All right. So the more you stay consistent, the faster you'll accumulate a number. I wasn't that I wasn't that consistent. I ain't gonna lie. It took about a year to build, like to actually have a score to even pop up. I think I had a car in my business name before my score popped up. So I was like, it's no point in me monitoring my business credit as long as I know I'm building it. So those are three accounts, of course. All three net 30s you can go ahead execute on that and start building your business credit.
So how much is they reporting each month on your
So
business?
it depends. If I buy something for $20, that $20 gonna report. If I buy something for $1,000, that $1,000 gonna report that month. It depends.
Okay.
So you gonna build that. You use net 30s for about 6 to 12 months consistently. If you're not consistent, it's not gonna do much. Like net 30s is like from scratch, like bottom. So
Couldn't you also build business credit using a bank? Like just build a relationship with them.
okay, so boom, you got Amex. See right here, I got Amex Play. So this is what you can do without getting a credit card. Right. So since we already got Amex Play right here, that's the first thing. So Amex is a relationship based bank, right? So I'm gonna teach from my standpoint. What I did, I applied for a credit card, a personal credit card, a blue everyday cash back. It was a personal card. So boom, I got a relationship with Amex. Every card after that, let me see. Every card after that with Amex, right? I got approved with no inquiries. The first card, my personal card, I got approved with an inquiry. Anything after that, they're gonna pull from that first account you have with them. All right, so you don't have to ever get any more inquiries with them. So that's for each LLC. As many LLCs as you make, you can go back to Amex and hit for a card just because they're pulling from your history with them. They're not gonna pull inquiries. So that's how I get into business credit with new LLCs, right? So I just go back. Say if I made an LLC tomorrow, I can go hit Amex and get approved right then and there, and now I got business credit. So that's how I get in. But if you don't have personal credit, what we gonna do? If you don't have personal credit and you want to get straight into Amex, this is a play. This is the sauce. So if you don't have personal credit, right? You gonna make Amex has a bank account now. You can make a bank account with Amex. There's your account right there. You know that's not credit related. That's you building your first relationship with Amex. So that's how you get straight in with Amex. You're gonna have an account with them. That's how you build history with them. You accumulate, I say 6 months with them on this bank account. Boom. Now you go apply for a credit card because you got history with them. You've been building. So what these banks do, when you give them money, they go take that money and they go invest that money. So if you're doing this with Amex, you putting money in the bank account, you're being consistent. They're taking that money and investing it. So they're gonna help you out, right? So in the long run, it's gonna help you when it comes to applying for a business credit card, a personal credit card, stuff like that. So that's why Amex is the head honcho of this credit stuff. That's why everybody got an Amex, because Amex is the top dog with credit. So I just taught you how to get in with multiple LLCs off the back. I taught you how I told you which card to use to get in. If you did use a personal card, the blue cash back. My bad, not the blue business, but the blue cash back. You're gonna go hit that as a personal card. And if you don't, if you
I didn't catch it. What's the score to get in for that?
For which one? For the bank account or the card?
The card.
680 with no negatives.
Okay, 680.
So boom. And now I told you how to get in with bad credit. You just make the bank account with them. All right. So second, so I gave you 3 net 30s and the Amex. You're gonna get in with Amex. That's 4 accounts on your business credit, right? So this is the 5th. Divvy. Divvy. Divvy is a charge card. Like you know how American Express got the platinum charge card? Divvy is the same way. They're gonna approve you for a limit. Whenever you spend that limit, I have 1,500. So if I spend 1,500 at the end of the month, that 1,500 is coming straight out of my bank account. If I spend $500, that's coming straight out of my bank account. And when it comes straight out of my bank account, that's when it reports to Dun & Bradstreet. All right. So that's how you build business credit with Divvy, and that's how they report.
So what if you don't get the money in your bank account? Then what happens?
You fraud. That's why you fried. You out of there. So that's why you don't spend the money if you don't have it. It's a charge card. It's not a credit card. So don't spend what you don't have in your bank account. You can spend $20. You're gonna be good. You still accumulating some reporting. You still gonna get some stuff to report, right? So that's the fifth account. The sixth account, we're gonna go to the gas card. Okay. This how it look. Can you see it?
Yeah, wait. I see, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's a little glare, but I see it, yeah.
All right. So this card, I'll send you a screenshot if you need to. But this is an Exxon Mobil Wex card. All right, it's a gas fleet card. So what you want to do is call them. So you're gonna go to the website and you're gonna call them. If you do the website online, it's gonna pull your credit. All right, and I know this for a fact because it did it to some family members. So if you do it online, it's gonna pull your credit. If you do it over the phone and tell them I want a no PG application, they will email you the application and you go do the application. And if you do it online, it's gonna pull your credit. You call them, say, hey, I want to do a no PG application. They won't pull your credit. You good. And then they'll send you an application to your email. And another thing you can do, if you can't call them, you halfway fill out the application, exit out of it. Put your information like your phone number, your email, ways that they can contact you. Put that in there, even your business name, put that in there, exit the application. Now they got your information, right? So now that they got the information, sometimes they will call you. That's what they did to me. That's how I found out about this. They called me because I halfway filled out the information. I was like, man, I don't want this. Because it was asking for my social. So I immediately exit out of it. I'm like, I thought it was no PG. So I immediately exit out of it. I'm like, I don't want this. They called me a few days later and was like, we see you didn't finish the application. We would like to get you going on this application. I was like, I don't want it to pull my personal credit. That's why I stopped. She was like, oh no, this is just for identity purposes, just to see if you are who you are. So I was like, okay, cool. So she was like, do you want me to send you the application again? I was like, yes. Just as long as it's no PG. She was like, yeah, it's going to ask for your social, but it's not going to PG. Okay. So this is how I found out, okay, I got to call them for them to send me this application with no PG. All right. So that's the 6. All right. The next, wait, do you have any questions about that gas card?
No, wait. It's basically like the card that you can use at a gas station?
Yeah, you can only use it at Exxon Mobil.
And will you get cashback rewards on it for using that or
No.
what?
Nah, but
So
it works as a regular credit card.
It's just used to build business credit.
Yeah, and to keep track of your gas expenses. So that's gonna be key. Like I just filed taxes yesterday, and it was a headache going to find all of my gas receipts. So if you would just use a gas card, it'd be so much easier. You can just pull that up and see how much you spend on gas, so you can write it off on your taxes. So yeah, that's that. And what is this, number 7? I think it's 7th account. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7, 8 account. 8. Let's just say 8. All right. You got Brex. So Brex is a secure. So you put money on Brex, right? Say if you put 1,000, you'll have $1,000 limit, and whatever you spend on that, every time you spend, it's gonna report to the bureaus. So it's a prepaid card. That's what I'm trying to say. Prepaid. All right. So whatever you put on it, that's your limit, and then you use that to spend. But you can put like, it's your limit, but it's not like a secure card. It's literally a prepaid card. You just put, like, right now, I don't have nothing on this card. It's like a gift card. Think of it as if it's a gift card. So I put 1,000 on it, and I have 1,000 to spend. Every time I swipe it, it's gonna report to the bureaus. So that's what this is. It's a prepaid. So you got any questions on that?
Yeah, I didn't even know. I thought, like, you feel me? I didn't even know that, like, you could literally add these cards to build credit. I just thought that, it was just there. I didn't even know that.
Right. Nah, this stuff, it reported for me. That's how I know it worked. Cause before I a car loan, this is what I was doing. So
Because the only method I knew was just either do the net 30s or just build like a sole relationship with the banks and not even the credit card. So this one's like an eye opener. I ain't gonna lie to you.
right, yeah, it's a lot of ways to build it, but just bro, the Amex play is the easiest play. Like people don't know that Amex is a relationship based bank, so they pull one inquiry throughout your whole credit span with them. Anything else after they pulling off of the account that you have with them. So that's why I have so many Amex cards, and it's just the business cards. It's not even personal. And that's not even the considering the platinum and all the other cards. So
So basically you're saying once you in with one.
yes, sir, you in. They might decline you in the future, but that the only way they'll decline you is because one, you have negatives, or two, you have too much debt with them. You just pay it off and you good. But Amex, bro.
So me right now, because you already know how my shit is. Me right now, I can apply and I can get approved.
Are you with Amex?
Nah.
I have to go back and see. I have to go back and look. But it's like it's a regular credit card in the beginning. It's like a regular credit card. So you just so when you first apply, you gotta treat it like they're a regular credit card, no negatives, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what's that like? What 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? That's 8 accounts.
Shit, that was 8.
That's 8 accounts. Boom, right there. And then I'm gonna teach you the 9th account. Cosign for an auto loan. When you cosign for an auto loan, that's when the credit really gonna start hitting, because that's a big dog on your credit. What you got that auto loan. And like I said earlier, in the Turo part, in the Turo section, I co-signed for a Prius with my business, and I use my personal credit to co-sign for it with Toyota. All right. And I remember I think our first class, I was telling you like it's tiers to this. So mind you, when you first get started, get a cheap car, but make sure it's nothing beat up, of course, but get a cheap car. Why? Went from the Prius, went from the Camry to the Audi, then the Audi to the Infiniti on the same month. That's what I'm saying. Like you see the tiers. So
Yeah.
make sure you shoot for a lower end car, a super cheap car like the Toyota Prius I had. It was in super great condition. I used that. Now it's gone. I leveraged it, got money, built my business credit. That's how I got in my business credit. They was laughing, oh, you got a Prius, this and that. Okay, cool. My business credit straight. Keep laughing. Trade it in. Boom. Just keep moving up the tiers. All right. So personal guarantee and co-signing for this is as far as credit cards. Like I said, you need a 680 plus personal credit score with no negatives. You want to have at least 5 accounts on your personal side. How many accounts do you have on your personal side? Credit cards.
For my regular credit,
Right.
I only got 3.
Okay, so 3. What you can do is, do you have Discover It?
Nah, I ain't got that yet. Nah.
Okay, so I'm fixing your credit right now, so I think we want to go ahead and fix that. If it's good, I have to look at it and see if it's good enough, but we're gonna hit a pre-approval for Discover It. All right, when we hit a pre-approval for Discover It, it's gonna let you know yes or no. All right. Second, we're gonna go for, if you get approved for the Discover, we're gonna go and hit Apple. And I'm saying these two because these are entry level cards. And if Discover decline you, go straight to the secured Discover. That's another account. It's just an account. That's all you need. Secured or not, you just need those 5 accounts reporting. And if you get declined for Discover It unsecured, you're gonna, like I said, go to Discover Secured, and you're gonna go to Capital One Platinum Secured. That's your 2 accounts. You say you got 3, you need 5. So those are 2 right there that you just gonna throw on right quick. Boom. You know secure cards go, right? How they go?
Yeah, I know.
All right, bet.
Good, good.
So trade
And
lines.
then this is the me adding the 5 is basically just to do the personal guarantee if I wanted to.
Yeah, it's strengthening your credit profile.
Okay.
So that's like, why would you co-sign on a car? You like, if the primary owner bails, you are liable. How are you going to be liable if you barely have any accounts?
True.
So they want you to have enough accounts to say, hey, you certified. Like, you got enough history, you got enough of this credit stuff going on for us to fall back on. So that's why they say 5 accounts at least. Add personal trade lines. All right. So trade lines, you know what trade lines are, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I sell trade lines. I sell personal trade lines. So if you want to get on my personals, you can do that too. So trade lines to maximize your business funding.
So your personal as in your primaries, right?
Yeah. So, I got a credit repair business. So we also have over 2,500 trade lines on that end. But on my end, I got a few credit cards that I can add you on my personal credit cards. So always add trade lines before you get funding. If your even if your credit is good, even if your credit is top tier, like, I still say add trade lines so you can maximize your funding, right? So it only makes sense to add those trade lines, of course. So add primaries. You know what primaries are? Just accounts that are yours.
Sure.
Add secure business credit cards. Secure business credit cards you can get from, I think, pretty much any bank. So just go in, and that's another way to build business credit. That's more accounts. So we had 8, this 9, or however many secure credit cards you want to add, and also build these relationships with the banks. So adding a secure credit card, of course, will get you into every single bank. Like, how can they decline you for a secure credit card? So you're in the door with them. You've been in a relationship with them. Not saying they like Amex, but you still been in a relationship with them. So relationship is key when it comes to funding, because the longer these people know you, the more they're gonna give you money. The longer you got you upkeep your relationship with them, the more they're gonna give you in the long run. All right, so secured loans. Secured loans are key. Mind you, credit cards, loans, and auto loans are all 3 different credit scores. They 3 different things. So you can have 800 with credit cards, and you can have a 600 with loans. It's all different credit scores. But when you look at whatever you're looking at, Experian, wherever you're looking at your credit score, mind you, that's everything in one. So if you go